The next generation of commuter electric scooters starts now with this, the Apollo Go. The Apollo Go has dual motors, which promises power, dual suspension and pneumatic tires, which promises comfort, and an innovative feature that we've never seen in any electric scooter. So join us today as we take this for a ride and answer your question, should I buy the Apollo Go?
Behind the camera, we've got Dalton in-house, who's brand new to the channel. Let me grab this camera from this guy so you can see this beautiful mug right there. This guy comes from the Authentic channel with Ben Schmanke. Excited to have him join the team. He's also a daredevil, and he's also got a broken hand right now, so not gonna do much writing. Let's go ahead and start with the Apollo Go. Come on.
Hey there.
It's supposed to go up to 28 miles per hour. One thing that's a little confusing is it does say that it can have up to 330 pounds, but the website says 265 pounds. So I definitely think that they're gonna probably want to adjust that. Really nice box. One thing that Apollo does well is they do great packaging. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Let's open and wow. One great thing about Apollo is they come with a little checklist of all the different types of bolts, and they also provide bolts and a toolkit for you. So this is a 36 volt, 15 amp hour battery. Let's take a look at the charger. It's a 42 volt output at 2 amps. So this should take you about 7.5 hours to charge from empty to full. So we've got the scooter fully set up. We're gonna get this freshly charged, take it for a ride, and then we'll tell you what we like about it, what we hate about it, and who we think this is for.
All right, Andrew's gonna see what his top speed is going to be. Let's see how fast you can get going.
Yeah. I hit 45 kilometers on the display. Pretty close to what they were stating.
If you're looking for a scooter that can go 28 miles an hour, this is gonna do it. The world of commuting e-scooters, it's crowded, but Apollo is trying to make something here to set itself apart from the rest of the pack. Andrew, show us the Apollo Go.
Starting out with the cockpit, you have the turn signals on the handlebars. They're really nice and bright and high. They also control the turn signals in the rear, which wraps around the side of the body. So the turn signals, they'll time out once they blink 7 times. You can also hit the button again and it'll stop them, which is a really nice feature.
And that is a super nice feature just because I don't know how many times I've left scooter turn signals on and I just forgot to turn them off.
And it's also nice that they're high mounted, but the rear ones are a little bit dull. They're hard to see in direct sunlight. You do have a mechanical brake lever on the left side, which controls a rear drum brake, a bell, has a nice ring to it. What looks like a throttle on the left side is actually regen braking, which works excellent. It's for both the front and the rear. So there's regen braking on front and rear, and also mechanical drum brakes on the rear. Another turn signal switch, power button. There's a quad lock mount, so you can use your phone as the display. For your phone, they do provide a little bit of a mount that you can attach to it. I tried attaching it to my silicone case and it would not stick to it. So I'm gonna have to either stick it directly to my phone or get a quad lock case to connect to the mount. There's a really nice Bluetooth app that allows you to adjust the acceleration curve, regen braking, and track your rides. Moving down the cockpit, you have a light that's not adjustable. You can turn this on by hitting the M button, and it's pretty bright, but it's a little bit narrow. This front-facing light is really bright, so this is one thing that I really do like about the scooter, is it's going to be easy to be seen at nighttime. One cool feature is they have this latch that is magnetized, but it is also the latch for locking it when folded.
So down here we have a locking mechanism. What is the importance of this band?
The band's just an extra added safety feature. It's nice in case something's not installed correctly or if this fails, you have this extra band as extra security to prevent the scooter from folding on you while moving. The locking mechanism, as you can see, is really firm, so it does instill confidence. You have this nice beefy hook here, and then it folds down. Magnetized latch, you pull it out, and it falls into place.
Oh wow, that's different.
Yeah, so really cool design. Weighs only 46 pounds, so nice and portable, not too heavy, not the lightest scooter, but not the heaviest portable scooter. And then to unlock it, you have this unlock button and it pulls right out. Moving down, you have what they call as airflow suspension. To me, I'm not really sure why they call it airflow suspension. It just looks like spring suspension, but it does feel nice. This isn't going to be your off-road scooter, but if you're just light commuting, cracks and crevices, the suspension does well. It's a 9x2-inch tubeless pneumatic tire that's self-healing. 350-watt motor in the front. Right underneath the silicone deck is a 36-volt, 15-amp-hour battery. It is UL rated, and it also has an IP66 rating for the whole scooter, so this should handle light rain perfectly fine. In the rear, we have another 350-watt motor with a drum brake. Both motors have simple disconnects, so it's easier maintenance. And you also have a big oversized plastic fender to help prevent water from getting splashed up on you. And I do like that this charge port has an auto closing tab on there.
All right, that is the Apollo Go. We are going to get going. Next stop, we're going to talk about the things that we love about the scooter. Okay, right now we're going to do a quick hill climb test. Angie's on the scooter at its highest setting, and we're about to tackle this hill and see how it does.
This is the steepest part of the hill. It's starting to slow down a little bit. I'm going like 30 kilometers, which is about 20 miles per hour. Maintaining about a 20 mile per hour speed on the steepest part of this hill. The dual 350-watt motors are definitely doing a good job of keeping the scooter moving instead of coming to a crawl.
Andrew was able to keep a pretty good speed. He did slow down a little bit, but those dual motors kicked in. All right, let's talk about the things that we love about the Apollo Go.
For me, the ride feel is excellent. It's a really solid build. When I'm going off of curbs, bunny hopping this thing, I don't get those weird creaks and weird noises that we hear from other types of scooters sometimes when we're testing them out.
Super solid. So it's a testament to the nice wire cable management, because a lot of the noise comes from the cables. Very clean looking scooter, very quiet scooter. And tell us about the ride feel, Andrew.
Really nice. I actually prefer the ride feel of this scooter over the Polo City. Polo City is also nice, but this scooter feels solid riding with one hand. I know you're not really supposed to ride with just one hand, but I do it from time to time just because I've ridden scooters for so long. Riding at 25 miles per hour with one hand on there, I never felt sketched at all, that where I had to like quickly grab down on the handlebar to stabilize it.
Nice ride feel, well designed, powerful motors to get us up that hill, and the suspension seems like it's a really good suspension in combination with those air-filled tires. It's going to take care of anything you're going to run into on decent roads.
They're self-healing tires, so you really shouldn't have to worry about flats as much.
The turn signals are great. I like that they're high up, so they're more eye level, and they're bright. I love that they time out after a while, and I love that there's the option to press the button a second time to turn them off if you don't need them.
Speaking about the turn signals, they give you some extra turn signal caps, but not only do they give you those, they give you all the bolts that are needed for the scooter in case you do lose some. So it's nice that they provide you with extra bolts, a guide showing you where every single bolt is located, and a nice tool set. A great added touch with all the Apollo scooters that they sell.
No matter how careful you are with your scooter, inevitably it will fall over, and this is the first place to impact. Will this end cap, this light, survive a fall, and how hard is it to replace? Okay, here we go. Our scooter fell over, and let's look at the damage. It did not survive. So really easy to unscrew. The metal itself scuffed a little bit, but looks like it's okay. And let's see if this still works. It does. Any other things that you enjoy about this?
Yeah, this light is really bright. Easy to see during the daylight. Look at it. At nighttime, it looks like a lightsaber.
And I have to give another thumbs up to the folding mechanism. The folding mechanism is something we've never seen before. Very unique, and it works well. I love that I'm able to lock it, because with commuter scooters, oftentimes you're carrying it up and down stairs, into out of class, onto public transportation. You want to make sure when it's folded, it's locked. It's not going to come undone and fall on the ground. Sometimes with scooters, it takes us a while to have to brainstorm and think about the things that we like. With this, it hasn't been a problem. The other thing I want to mention is the kickstand. The kickstand, when it's folded in, it's seamless with the body. It looks very streamlined, very nice. And then once it's folded out, it actually keeps the scooter held up nice and tall, It's nice and straight and stable.
The overall construction of the scooter is an IP66 water resistance rating, so I do love that they have a nice high water resistance rating. If you're living in the Pacific Northwest, this is going to be a great scooter choice. Just know that most manufacturers do not cover water damage.
And the fenders do a great job. We've gone through some puddles. The fenders are oversized, and on top of that, they're attached really well. There's no chattering, there's no clanking when going off of jumps, bumps, or curbs.
Oh, that's solid.
I like the drum brakes because they're very low maintenance and they do a really good job. And so these have drum brakes. You won't have to worry about adjusting or fixing or replacing these brakes for a long, long time.
One other big thing that I do love that they do is that they have a quality control checklist. You can see exactly who inspected it and all the things that have been checked to make sure that they're working correctly.
And Jack, he's done a couple of our scooters. So far, so good. All right, we're gonna do a brake test. So Andrew's gonna accelerate to what, 20 miles an hour? And then let's see you brake.
Regen braking right here. Regen braking works well, but when you're going anything past 15 miles per hour, it does take a little while for it to stop. Now I'm just gonna try the drum brakes.
And if you aren't familiar with regen braking, we've talked about it in the past. Basically, when you use regen braking, it's harnessing the power of slowing down your motors and your tires by recharging your batteries. It doesn't work as good, obviously, as your drum brakes, but we're going to try the drum brakes next.
Drum brakes. It did cause the rear to slide out, but you do have more stopping power.
We're going to talk about the things that we don't like about the scooter.
Testing out that water resistance rating there.
The scooter is very nice, but there are areas of improvement. Let's talk about the things that we don't like about the Apollo Go.
This magnet on here isn't super strong. I've had this fall out on me quite a few times when I go to bunny hop off the curb. It looks like a strong magnet. I just think the contact point is having some issues. The other thing that I would like on this is 2 drum brakes. I don't mind it on this type of scooter because you don't need huge stopping power because I'm not going 30 plus miles per hour, but I do like having 2 brakes just in case of an emergency situation where I have to stop as fast as I can.
I love the light bar, but I feel like the headlight, even though it's high mounted, which is another big plus, it's not very bright and you can't adjust the angle of that beam.
It's a 15 amp hour battery, so not a huge battery, so you're not gonna get tons of range on it, and it's a little bit pricey. So it's $12.99 retail. It's on sale right now for $11.99. We also have an additional coupon. It is a little bit higher, but the quality is really one of the best commuter scooters I've seen.
We're going to continue riding, and while we ride, we're going to talk about whether or not we think you should get this scooter.
I do have one other small gripe about this scooter, is I love how easy it is to use your thumbs to control everything, but it's also really easy to hit the buttons. So I've accidentally hit the turn signals quite a bit while I'm riding. I've also switched to speed modes easily while riding, so it goes from like 3 to 1.
So the buttons are a little overly sensitive. Hopefully they can fix that in future versions.
So Jimmy, should you buy this scooter?
So you should buy this scooter if you want a commuter scooter that rises above the sea of commuter scooters that are out there. This looks different. It has some of the best tech available and it rides really great. If you have any other questions, check out our full written review at freshlycharged.com. Thanks for watching, and when you guys ride, wear your safety gear.